Hi Lex, what interested you in keeping your own bees?
Well, a couple of things. One, I did a course with the Western Sydney Permaculture on how to build a beehive, and also my son showed me a YouTube video of the flow hive, and I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. So I came home, looked it up, invested in it on the first day, and it was one of the many people who, millions of people who did that. So I got my first flow hive, but while I was waiting for that, I did the course with Western Sydney Permaculture and learned how to build hives. Then I joined Parramatta beekeeping and did the same course again. Once I learned how to build a hive, I then bought package bees, which is a queen and a couple of thousand bees. Costs about $120, $130, and that's enough for starting off for one hive.
Wow, Permaculture Sydney West has certainly done well out of you.
Yes.
How long have you been doing this?
About 4 years, I think, 3 or 4 years.
Okay, and can you tell us what steps do you have to take to get registered to keep a hive?
It's very easy. You do it online through the Department of Primary Industry. You tell them your address, give them your details, pay your money, and you're a registered beekeeper.
Wow.
And they encourage you to join a club and do your courses there.
That's an excellent thing to be able to do. Do you find it helps your garden productivity?
Oh, just a little. Like if you want to have a look at the chilies.
Okay.
This is the second crop of chilies this year.
Well, that's certainly covered.
That's just one plant. Okay, we have behind you. You have lime trees, orange trees, a lemon in the corner, olives down the back.
So they have a lot of choice.
Yes, and we get our best honey, believe it or not, from the macadamia.
Wow, okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Some of our members would have macadamias. And how much honey would you get a year from one hive?
One hive, about 20 kilos. I'm not greedy with them.
Yeah.
You have to, over winter time, leave whatever in there. We normally say Anzac Day is the cut-off. And when you see the trees flowering, that's when our season starts again.
And do you use the honeycomb?
Personally, no. I give it to friends,
Yeah.
but I reuse the frames. I can show you that later. I have what's called stickies in the in my bee shed or in my honey shed,
Yes.
and after I've spun the honey out of it, I just put them in a box. And when I take the next lot of frames out, I put used honeycomb back in there.
Oh,
And that
right.
cuts your production time by about a third.
Okay. And how do your neighbours feel about you having a hive? Are they all right with it?
I don't know.
They don't know?
Oh, one person
they
does.
don't
She's
know?
a permaculture
She's a
person.
permaculture person? How great is that?
Yes. But I have seen when they're building the house say, oh, it's got a registered number on it, so it must be legal. So, yeah, that's why I've got them in very large letters, so people can see I am a registered beekeeper.
And I can see that you have water and pumps and things like that. What's the importance of water to bees?
It's extremely important.
All right.
Okay, if you can have a small fountain or water feature, but have something that the bees can sit on,
Yeah.
or an edge. Mine one, it just flows off off the edge. Oh, when it's working. I'm replacing the pump at the moment. So the water flows off. They can sit on the edge and drink it without falling in, because bees do drown. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And I hear that you will go out and pick up swarms if anyone has a swarm they want removed.
Yes.
That's handy, because we're going to have that on our site explaining to people that they can call Lex to get a swarm, which is a wonderful thing to be able to do for us.
With swarms that we capture, we give them to new members of the club.
Right.
Okay, so we put them in small boxes to start with 5 frames, and that's called a nuke.
Yeah.
a nucleus box, and that's what people can use to start off with.
Can you explain the difference between a flow hive and a normal hive?
Flow hive is for only gathering the honey. You still have to be a beekeeper, know how the hive works, how to do normal frames. Everything you must learn about bees, you must learn anyway if you've got a flow hive. It's just the way of gathering the honey that is different. I have 2 flow hives, but I can tell you that the bees don't like it when they start off. Because it's plastic, it takes, and they're quite deep. I can show you an empty flow hive later, or frame. They're quite deep, which means the bees have to cover all that with wax before.
Right. Okay.
The normal sheets we use are a wooden frame with a wax sheet in the middle supported by wire, and they'll build on that almost straight away.
Right. Now, Lex, I understand that there can be some problems with disease in a hive. Can you just explain what you do to keep your hives as disease-free as possible?
As disease-free as possible. Air flow is most important. Thing is to check a couple of times a year. We just checked and found a pest in there called wax moth. Now later on I'm going to have to gear up, smoke it and see how bad it is, but I've noticed in the front there's moth remains, which means the bees are killing them by themselves. If you have a healthy hive, they'll look after most of it themselves. That is pests like small hive beetle and wax moth. If it's a strong hive like these are, the bees are very, very good at keeping it clean themselves.
Right, and I understand that you have got a grid that you catch all those things that the bees chuck out.
Yes.
Can you just show us what that does and what it looks like?
Instead of having a flat wooden bottom baseboard, this is made out of stainless steel mesh.
Right.
Small hive beetle can fall through this into a collection tray. Same with the moths and the larvae. And if I don't have the tray in, my chickens have a field day. Okay. So I also use it for feeding the chickens.
Okay, so good combination there,
Yeah.
chooks and bees. Okay.
Extremely good combination. Yes. Some people actually put their hives in with their bees. I mean, in with their chickens.
Right, that's probably a good idea too. With your extracting your honey, how do you do that?
I have a centrifuge.
Yes.
You'll see a box. This is a invention from a fellow from Parramatta Bee Club.
Right.
And it's just simple. That's the same distance as a frame. You just hold 8 frames.
Right. So
Okay,
yeah.
put it in, and then unfortunately, if it gets too heavy, like it has here, it starts cracking the because you can
get a lot of honey.
Yeah, you can get a lot of honey in 8 frames.
Yes.
If it's full-size frames, you're looking at say 16 kilos.
Wow.
Yeah. You can get up to 2 kilos of honey per frame.
Right.
But I have one hive that's regular size, but I normally use what's called ideal. Ideal are half size frames.
Yes.
And sorry, the bee's just saying he doesn't like me. Yeah. They're called ideals because most beekeepers aren't young.
Right.
Okay.
What a pity.
Yeah, and these things are ideal for an older person to pick up and carry along.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're half the weight, and if you look at mine, I have 2 on it, so I get the same amount of honey as I do from using a full frame. it's just twice the amount of work to harvest it.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I enjoy. Yeah.
Can we just get a close-up of your T-shirt? This is how the stages of man should work. For those who are familiar with it. Love the T-shirt, Lex. Okay. Thank you. We've actually got members whose kids started beekeeping with their parents from the age of 2 and 3. So we'll also be having those on the site and see the contrast between the young and old.